Well, Carl DeMaio is headed to Sacramento after securing a win over opponent Andrew Hayes to represent California's 75th State Assembly District. He joins us now to share more on what he hopes to accomplish. Carl, good morning. Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much for having me on.
Okay, for those who don't know, 75th, what does it encompass?
75th is basically East and North County, San Diego, but it also starts at the U.S.-Mexico border. So I will be a border state legislator. And we go all the way up the 15 freeway, all the way up to Riverside, the Riverside County border line. So it's a big portion of San Diego County, but we have regional issues. And so I want people to feel free to contact my office when they have problems. I'm also, one of a handful of Republicans left in the state of California, but we plan to build out the ranks because we need balance in our government. Right now, there's one-party control, supermajority control, and that breeds extremism. We need to get some balance back, and that starts with having a voice of opposition.
What was the key to your victory?
People know that I'm going to fight for them. Too many people feel as though this political system fights only for and serves only the special interests. And that, we really can blame both political parties for the ditch that we are in California with all the problems that we're having. We've got the Democrat Party, which I believe has bad ideas. And because they're a supermajority party, they've kind of gone far, far left because it's basically a discussion amongst themselves. But I also blame the Republican Party because the handful of Republicans we have in power in state and local government, most of them are not fighting. And so people want to have principled fighters, and we need to have balance, and that starts with the voice of opposition. I will lose a lot of my votes up in Sacramento because I'll be in the minority. But I will give you a voice. You will hear your voice. You will hear alternatives to some of the bad policies that are hurting our state.
You mentioned the supermajority. It cannot be easy to be a Republican in Sacramento. How do you plan on getting through all that?
I plan on getting through that with the support of grassroots Californians who hunger for change. Remember, the politicians don't see the light until they feel the heat. My job is to introduce good ideas, make the case up there, but then go and apply the heat. And you do that by lighting a fire back home. And so a lot of what I'm going to be doing is going to be continuing my work as chairman of Reform California. I prioritize my responsibilities as leading Reform California statewide to really try to rebalance the politics in this state, keeping voters informed statewide and in my own district through all sorts of communication vehicles that we have, including my daily show, which has got a pretty good following since I stepped down from Kogo, about 2 million unique listens per week. And then finally, introducing the legislation to actually make change happen. That's the easy part, okay? Drawing up legislation, introducing it on the Assembly and State Senate floor, those are the easy parts. The hard part is doing the right thing. It's getting the legislators up there to actually vote yes and to do their job. So I think that when we get people involved, people power works. I was attacked by both the Democrat and Republican establishments. They spent $3.5 million against me in this race, which is an obscene amount of money for an Assembly seat. But at the end of the day, you see the margin. That meant that we got Democrat and Republican voters to cross over and be part of this mandate for change. And I'm inviting those Republicans who have not been fighting. Come to the table. You don't have to sell out. You don't have to be bullied. You don't have to be afraid of the Sacramento special interests and the liberal media and the Democrat Party machine. You can stand and make a principled fight. Let's do it together.
With regard to 75th, what are your specific priorities heading into this?
Oh, golly, there's a lot. And a lot of them match up with the problems facing the state. But we face a crisis of a cost of living crisis. So I'm going to be doing everything I can to get rid of those illegal fees on your utility bills, to stop these increases in the gas prices that they've just literally voted on Friday at CARB. So cost of living is number one. Second, we've got to get rid of the crime and the grime. The crime being the serial property crimes, the violent crime, drug abuse, the overdoses. Prop 36 is going to help us with that. But we also need to clean up the homeless mess. And then finally, got to get that border secure. And I'm looking forward to working with the Trump administration. Rodney Scott who used to be the border chief for San Diego County, he's got a great shot of becoming the new border chief for the entire country. I would love to see that. But I've been already opening up discussions with the folks that are helping with the transition at Department of Homeland Security so that we can work with ICE and Border Patrol. We've got camps in my district. And those camps are not only bad for the environment, but they are really taxing, they're draining our social service network. The emergency rooms, 911, police and fire. We've got to get the camps cleaned up. The best way to do that is to work with the Trump administration. And we also have to end the sanctuary state policies and the welfare policies. So there's a combination of state policy and federal policy that needs to change if we want to have a secure border.
Okay, real quick, as we wrap things up here, you stepped down from Kogo from your radio show.
Yes, because you can't have free airtime and be a candidate, but I still do a show every day at 5 o'clock on iHeartRadio app and YouTube.
Okay.
2 million unique views a day, and we cover the same topics. Okay. But it's in a shorter, condensed, on-demand format.
Awesome. Good to know. All right, Carl DeMaio.
Thank you so much.
Good luck in Sacramento.